The Amber Room is one of the most mesmerizing and elusive historical treasures, shrouded in a captivating blend of beauty, mystery, and tragedy. Its disappearance during the chaos of World War II has triggered countless theories, searches, and even superstitions. Despite its status as one of the most valuable works of art ever created, the Amber Room's legacy transcends mere wealth. It represents the height of human craftsmanship, the destructiveness of war, and the enduring quest to recover a lost masterpiece. The creation of the Amber Room, a masterpiece of craftsmanship. The Amber Room began its life in Prussia in the early 18th century as a symbol of power and artistic ambition. The room was originally designed by Andreas Schluter, the architect of the Berlin Palace, in collaboration with Danish amber craftsman Gottfried Wolfram. Schluter envisioned a space that would embody the opulence of European Baroque style. Amber, then considered more valuable than gold, was an ideal material to showcase this magnificence. Wolfram's role was to sculpt the delicate amber panels that would cover the room's walls, creating a unique atmosphere that glowed with a golden hue in the sunlight. The room was not only a showcase of artistic talent, but also a demonstration of international diplomacy. In 1716, Frederick William I of Prussia gifted the Amber Room to Tsar Peter the Great of Russia to strengthen their alliance against Sweden. The Russian Tsar was deeply impressed by the craftsmanship, and when it arrived in Russia, the room was initially installed in the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg. However, it wasn't until Empress Elizabeth, Peter's daughter, decided to transfer it to the Catherine Palace in Tsarskoye Selo that the Amber Room reached its full splendor. The Amber Room in Russia, an icon of imperial grandeur. In Russia, the Italian architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli, famed for his contributions to Russian Baroque architecture, oversaw the room's reinstallation in the Catherine Palace. He expanded the original design, incorporating additional gilded elements and large mirrors to amplify the amber's luminosity. The result was breathtaking, a room shimmering with a warm, golden light filled with intricate carvings and inlays that displayed amber in every conceivable shade. The room soon became a symbol of Russian imperial power and culture. It was used not just as a display of wealth, but as a reception space for the Russian monarchs, hosting dignitaries and foreign guests. Over time, it came to represent the pinnacle of luxury and craftsmanship in European courts. The Amber Room became so celebrated that it was often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world. However, as history would soon show, its beauty could not protect it from the ravages of war. The Nazi seizure, a treasure taken. The outbreak of World War II marked the beginning of the Amber Room's tragic saga. In June 1941, Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, its massive invasion of the Soviet Union. As German forces advanced rapidly through Russian territory, curators at the Catherine Palace scrambled to protect the Amber Room. They attempted to disassemble and hide it, knowing the Nazis were systematically looting art and treasures from the occupied territories. Unfortunately, due to the fragility of the amber panels, they could not be safely removed in time. Instead, the room was hastily covered with wallpaper in a futile attempt to disguise it from the invaders. The deception failed. When the German forces reached Tsarskoye Selo in 1941, they quickly identified the hidden treasure. Under orders from the Nazi leadership, the Amber Room was dismantled by German troops in just 36 hours, packed into crates, and transported to Königsberg, Germany, now Kaliningrad, Russia. There, it was reinstalled in Königsberg Castle, where it was displayed for several years during the war. The Nazis considered the Amber Room a symbol of their cultural superiority and a prize of their conquests. However, as the war progressed and Nazi fortunes waned, the Amber Room's fate took a darker turn, the vanishing, a puzzle of history. As the Red Army closed in on Königsberg in 1945, the Nazis hurriedly evacuated or hid many of the treasures they had looted. What happened to the Amber Room in these final chaotic months remains a mystery to this day. Königsberg Castle was heavily bombed by Allied forces in 1944, and it is possible that the Amber Room was destroyed in the inferno that consumed much of the city. However, no remains of the room were ever found in the ruins of the castle. This has led to speculation that the Nazis managed to hide or transport the Amber Room before Königsberg fell. Some believe it was loaded onto a train or ship and secreted away to one of the many underground bunkers the Nazis constructed across Europe. Others suggest it was stored in a mine or buried in a remote location. Despite extensive searches, including several high-profile expeditions into German and Polish bunkers, forests, and lakes, the Amber Room has never been found. Theories and legends. The many possible fates of the Amber Room. In the decades following its disappearance, the Amber Room has become the subject of endless speculation and intrigue. Numerous theories have emerged, each more tantalizing than the last, about the room's fate. The destruction theory. Some historians argue that the Amber Room was destroyed in the firebombing of Königsberg in 1944. The intensity of the bombing and the subsequent firestorm that engulfed the city make this a plausible theory. However, the absence of any amber fragments or remains from the room raises doubts about this conclusion. The hidden treasure theory. Others believe that Nazi officials, anticipating the city's fall, dismantled the Amber Room and stored it in a hidden location, perhaps in one of the many underground tunnels and bunkers built by the German military. Over the years, expeditions have explored locations such as the Wuppertal and Thuringian forest regions, as well as various salt mines, but none have yielded any trace of the Amber Room. The Baltic Sea theory. Another theory posits that the Amber Room was loaded onto a ship, possibly Wilhelm Gustloff or the Karlsruhe, and sunk in the Baltic Sea to prevent its capture. Both ships were sunk by Soviet submarines as they attempted to evacuate refugees and treasures from the Eastern Front. Several dives have been conducted to explore shipwrecks in the Baltic, but the Amber Room has not been discovered. The black market theory. Some theorists suggest that pieces of the Amber Room were quietly sold on the black market to private collectors. There have been sporadic rumors of amber panels resurfacing in private collections, but these claims have often been dismissed as hoaxes or forgeries. The Curse of the Amber Room, a dark legacy beyond its historical significance, the Amber Room is also steeped in a darker lore, the belief that it is cursed. The curse of the Amber Room has been linked to the untimely deaths and mysterious illnesses of individuals connected to its fate. Alfred Rohde, the curator of the Königsberg Museum who oversaw the Amber Room during the Nazi occupation, died under suspicious circumstances, as did several others involved in its transport. In the years that followed, treasure hunters and researchers attempting to locate the Amber Room have suffered accidents, disappearances, and sudden deaths, furthering the legend of the curse. The rebirth, reconstruction of the Amber Room. Despite the loss of the original, the Amber Room was not forgotten. In 1979, the Soviet government began a project to painstakingly recreate the Amber Room, using surviving photographs and descriptions. Led by a team of Russian craftsmen, the reconstruction took over 2 decades to complete. Using traditional techniques and new amber from Leningrad, the artisans recreated the room's intricate designs, carvings, and panels with remarkable accuracy. In 2003, the newly completed Amber Room was unveiled in the Catherine Palace to mark the 300th anniversary of St. Petersburg. This modern version serves as both a tribute to the original and a reminder of its enduring mystery. Visitors from around the world can now once again experience the breathtaking beauty of the Amber Room, though the fate of the original still haunts historians and treasure hunters alike. The ongoing search, a mystery that endures. To this day, the search for the original Amber Room continues. Despite the efforts of countless historians, archaeologists, and treasure hunters, its whereabouts remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Every few years, new expeditions are launched based on the latest theories or rumors. Even governments have become involved in the search, particularly in Germany and Russia, where there is a strong desire to recover this priceless piece of cultural heritage. Yet the Amber Room's fate remains elusive, its legacy growing ever more mythic with each passing year. Whether it lies hidden in a forgotten bunker, at the bottom of the Baltic Sea, or lost to history in the flames of war, the Amber Room continues to captivate the imaginations of those who dream of one day solving its mystery.